Hi guys, it's Andreas, Sonic Mainliner, and this is Final Finds 102. So it's become very easy to remember numbers now these days. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since my last video. I wasn't supposed to be buying any records, or maybe 3 weeks. I'm not sure. I think it's 2 weeks since my. Doesn't matter. I've been on a vinyl diet of sorts. And this is an actual vinyl diet. It's not like vinyl starvation. So it's not like I'm not buying anything. I'm very picky on what I buy, and yeah, there's loads of things that I would like, oh yeah, I'd get that, but I just don't do it. But I did buy some things, and I want to share with you. So, here I am. So I guess we start with what's playing in the background, which is what I usually do. So this is a new release, and it's out on Thrill Jockey. Is it Thrill Jockey or is it Cranky? No, sorry, it's Cranky. Sorry. For some reason I thought it was Thrill Jockey. No, it's Cranky. It's this one. It's called Valet, and the album is called Nature. So Valet is the singer. She's a woman. I think she's the main person on the band. She used to play on Jackie O Motherfucker, which was an improv sort of band that made quite a few albums in the early 2000s. I have quite a few back home. Check out Figure 5 from Jackie O Motherfucker. It's like really good psychedelic improvised kind of stuff, and this is her album, which is very far removed from that sound. It still has that has that psychedelic element to it, but as you can hear it in the background, it's like more shoegazy and a little bit more dreamy and that kind of thing. It's really beautiful. It's a really nice album to get, in my opinion, so I just had to grab it. And it was cheap, and why the hell not? So yeah, I also got a CD which I want to show you, which I don't like. I honestly don't like. I've seen it around on the VC. I remember checking it out on YouTube and sort of being on the fence with it, about it, but I saw this edition, which is Japanese, as you can see, and it was like £5, right? And it's Miroslav Vitus and what's the name? Magical Shepherd. And I think that Miroslav Vitus was like, he's shown here with a guitar, but I'm pretty sure that he's a bass player. Anyway, he's sort of well known in the jazz fusion kind of genre. He has played in some albums and whatnot. This I don't like. This is way too funky, way too just wishy-washy for my taste. But some people love it. I mean, it was for £5. I saw it. I was like, you know what? I'll buy it, because whenever I listen to something on YouTube, it doesn't mean that I actually get the same feeling when I actually play it in my setup. But no, that's definitely not for me. No. Anyway, I also got some used stuff. I'll show you the first one, which is a funny one. So, excuse me. So I got this one by accident. So this is Guitar Wolf and Wolf Rock. I think that this is their first one. This is out on Goner Records. Guitar Wolf are Japanese band, because they're from Japan, and they play this kind of scuzzy sort of garage rocky kind of thing. There is even a movie out with Guitar Wolf, where Guitar Wolf is fighting UFOs with his guitar, and it's just, yeah, it's really out there. what you get here on this album, excuse me, my voice seems to have gone. What you get here is like rockabilly, basically. Yeah, this is very rockabilly kind of record, but this is not the record I wanted to get. Actually, I ordered Jet Generation, and they sent me this. I contacted the seller, and he said he had this for £10 and Jet Generation for like 15, and he said that, look, you can keep it, I'll sell it to you for £6 and I'll send you the other one. It's like, yeah, fine. Sounds like a deal to me. It's not necessarily the one that I would get. I have the files for a lot of you know, Guitar Wolf's albums. This is fun to have, and you know, for £6, you know, why not? Yeah, so I'll keep it. Although it wasn't the one that I actually wanted to get. Next up, an album that I sort of, and an artist, well, a band that I sort of rediscovered or actually paid attention to. Now it's this one. So this is a wedding present, and this is their album, their second album, Bizarro. Came out in 1988 or 89. 89. So 1989. Now, I've read about these guys. I knew about these guys since the early 90s because I was reading a music magazine, Greek music magazine, and they had all these features. You know, that's what, you know, the value of those magazines was, and you know, reviews obviously. But you could learn about bands that you know, and you could have the whole discography, and they would give, you know, saying that, you know, this is good, this is very good, this is excellent, this is the best, that kind of thing. And I read about these guys, The Wedding Present, and I remember that the best album, the one that got the 10 out of 10, was George Best. I think it was the early 90s that I read about these guys, 91 maybe. So this album surely was on the list, but for one reason or another, I always remembered the George Best album, because it's like, to me it was a little bit bizarre for rock band. I couldn't really place them because, you know, I didn't understand exactly what they stood for. But I do remember that the George Best one was like recommended by the reviewer out of their up till then discography. So for one reason or another, I always wanted to check it out, but not being a football fan and just resenting football in general didn't make me want to actually prompt me to actually listen to it. Until very recently, when I listened to a playlist that had a song out of this album that just blew me away, and it was Kennedy. So yeah, I immediately checked out the album, and I have been listening to this quite a bit in the last month or so, I would say. It's amazing. It's like, if you like New Zealand, the New Zealand scene of the 80s, it has that early indie, non-American indie sound, if you like. It's guitar pop, guitar indie, rock pop, whatever you want to call it. It's very jangly, it's very powerful, it's very good, it's very good. It's just really driving and very, yeah, it's really good. Highly, highly recommended. This is an original press. Sadly, it has like this this thing here, down here. I got it fairly cheap, or like 12 quid or something. Overall, it's like a VG Plus or whatever. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it. The vinyl plays really well, and yeah, do check these guys out. I mean, if you like, you know, bands from the 80s, from New Zealand and whatnot. I cannot remember an equivalent UK band that would sort of have the sound for one reason or another. I don't know, but yeah, this is excellent. This is highly, highly recommended. And finally, this is gonna be a really short video, guys. And finally, I got 3 albums which I bought yesterday. and I got them used. I went to this shop, Flashback, London. They have 3 shops in the UK, in London. So one is on Essex Road, Islington. The other one is Bethnal Green, Shoreditch, which is really close to where I live. And the other one is Crouch End. And I'd say that Flashback is probably the best record shop I've been in the UK. I still have my gripes with it, but it's one of the better ones, I think. Yeah. So anyway, I got me 3 records. So I went there. I was like looking through the if there were any cut price records or whatever. I went down to the used section, and there was a guy apparently that has sold off his collection because there were a lot from a specific period of time. I'm talking about the 80s, and I'm talking about Paisley Underground. So I found this one. This is True West. This is their first EP from 1984 or 83. Yeah, I don't know. I have this back home. I have a copy of this back home, but it's not in such a good condition. And this is like really mint condition. It's in the shrink. It's like bloody hell, man. And it is an old record. It's 1983, so it's very good. So yeah, True West, they were part of the Paisley Underground, which means Green on Red, Rain Parade, Long Riders. Yeah, they haven't done much. They did this one, this EP, which is amazing. Actually, you have to hear it because yeah, is oh, there you go. It's very good. It's the first song has 5 songs here. Steps to the Door, I'm Not Here, Hollywood Holiday, Lucifer Sam, which was their first 7-inch, and It's About Time. But the first 2 songs, the second one especially, is my favorite, and just for that it's worth getting. But the first one, Steps to the Door, sounds like spiritualized in parts. I don't know if you can probably check it out on YouTube, but you know. Sorry, I'm reorganizing. Yeah. The guitar sounds like it's a sitar. It's brilliant. It's amazing. And my favorite one is I'm Not There, which is the second one. And it's 13 minutes, so I will skip to it because it's like 5 minutes, and I don't have many other records to show. Whoa. There you go. This is like punked out side. It's really good. You get it. You get it. This is really good. Check it out. And finally, I got this, which is Green on Red EP, out from 1982. This is the UK version. This is in really good condition. And yeah, I got these for like, I got this for £8 and I got this for £7 or something. Just, yeah. Funny thing is, I'm not sure if I actually have this back home. Cannot remember. Yeah. Anyway, it's yeah, Green on Red EP, just really good Paisley Underground, as I said, just brilliant. I want to get the one that came after this. I cannot remember the name right now, but yeah, I'm still looking for that. And finally, for £6, I got this, which is a recent release, 2010 potentially. So yeah, 2010. It's these guys, High Places versus Mankind, and these guys play sort of electronic. Their sound is a little bit hard to pin down, but I had spun it on Spotify a few times, and I had it on the want list, and I found it for £6, and it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, why not? Out on Thrill Jockey. Versus Mankind doesn't mean that it's like, usually when you see verses on you know, on the title of an album, it means that, you know, there's a remix or something, but this is an actual album. And the sound is like electronica, a bit of shoegaze, a little bit of psychedelia, a little bit of everything really, but more to the electronic side of things. It's a very nice album. It's not like groundbreaking, but it's really good. And that's me speaking about 6-7 albums and taking like 17 minutes, but there was a needle drop, so I'm, you know, I guess I'm excused. So yeah, that's it. I'm expecting some albums to come through the mail. Ben Costello has been in touch with me. He was actually talking to me about the Wedding Present album, and he was saying that he did a video at some point just for the Wedding Present, which is just, yeah, I need to go and watch that. I will do that, Ben. Yeah, he's coming to London sometime, well, soon anyway. And then there's Fred coming, and which was like, yeah, it was amazing because I called them up. It wasn't planned or anything. I was trying to send him a text, and it never went through. I've sent him 4 texts and it never went through. So I was like, you know what? He might be thinking that I'm avoiding him for some reason. So I just picked up the phone and called him up and said, you know, hey, what's up? You know, I've been sending you messages and I've been trying to send you stuff on G+, and you know, it's not working apparently. So yeah, then he was there with Christoph, so that was awesome. Anyway, that's it. As per usual, you know, this is the end of the video. Since you reached this part of the video, you can, you know, decide what you want to do. You can like it if you liked it, you can dislike it if you disliked it, although you probably would have done it already. Leave a comment, whatever you want to say. I always respond, I always do, so don't be shy. Please do leave a comment. I love comments. That's part of the reason why I'm doing it, is like this exchange. And you know, you can always subscribe if this is the kind of thing that you're interested in, or unsubscribe if you think this is a load of rubbish, or stay subscribed for more videos, albeit a bit scarcer and you know, spaced apart a little bit further. So anyway, until next time, see you.